And we will move on to our 9:06 a.m., our 9:04 a.m. item, presentation of proclamation thanking Senate President Pro Tempore Mike McGuire and the California State Legislature for their support of Lake County's tree mortality emergency response. Supervisor Pyska will take care of the proclamation.
Okay, the Board of Supervisors, County of Lake, State of California. Proclamation, a proclamation thanking Senate President Pro Tempore Mike McGuire and the California State Legislature for their support of Lake County's tree mortality emergency response. Whereas then California Governor Edmund G. Brown proclaimed a state of emergency to exist throughout the state of California due to severe drought conditions on January 17th, 2014, and whereas the state of emergency was subsequently on October 30th, 2015 for pervasive tree mortality in California and included provisions to expedite the removal and disposal of dead and dying hazardous trees. And whereas the County of Lake proclaimed a local emergency due to worsening drought conditions on May 6, 2020, it says 2021, but I believe it was 2022. And whereas persistent and severe drought result multi-species bark beetle infestation in many areas of California caused dramatic tree mortality in several regions of the state, with the United States Forest Service estimating that over 22 million trees were dead in 2014 and tens of millions were likely to die in the years coming. Whereas tree mortality in Lake County grew at an extraordinary rate between 2019 and the United States Forest Service flyover data estimated 3,000 dead and dying trees countywide. In 2022, when that estimate reached 590,000, with an estimate of 20,000 trees threatening county roads and evacuation routes. And whereas the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection's aerial and group surveys in Napa and Lake counties of December 2021 and January 2022 affirmed widespread conifer mortality and that current drought is reducing the vigor and health of conifers, leaving Lake County trees vulnerable to further insect attacks. And whereas this growing threat increases fire risk, presents considerable safety risks from falling trees to residents living in affected areas, forested communities, and worsens the threat of erosion across Lake County's watersheds. And whereas the magnitude of pervasive tree mortality in Lake County continues to represent a threat beyond the capacity of county resources to remediate, and assistance is required from both state and federal agencies. And whereas the Lake County Board of Supervisors declared a local emergency for pervasive tree mortality on May 3rd, 2022, and whereas the Lake County Board of Supervisors requested assistance from the California Governor's Office of Emergency Services under California Disaster Act, CDAA 2015-5 on July 25th, 2023. And whereas the Lake County State Senator McGuire, understanding the restrained financial capacity of the County of Lake, reviewed this request and was able to secure $1 million allocation to the county to fund project management and support for this event. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed, the Lake County Board of Supervisors is grateful to Senator McGuire, who is now serving as the 52nd President Pro Tempore of the California State Senate, for his extraordinary support and advocacy on behalf of Lake County, and to the State Legislature for recognizing Lake County's tree mortality emergency as a matter of statewide concern. Be it further proclaimed, remediating the ongoing tree mortality emergency is a matter of utmost priority and urgency to the County of Lake and this board, and responsive county departments are hereby directed to take steps to ameliorate emergency conditions to the maximum extent permitted by available resources, passed and adopted this 27th day of February 2024. So thank you for being with us today. This has been a big issue for a long time and something that I've been working on for the past 3 years. We do have, as this proclamation states, we have 20,000 standing dead trees along our county right-of-ways, and that is a public safety issue. And it's been a challenge to get the funding and the plans together to tackle this work, but it's been a long time in the process. Even Trevor was in the helicopter with me 2 years ago when we were surveying the trees. So it has taken a lot of effort, a lot of support through all of Senator McGuire's staff, and Rhiannon is here today, so thank you so much. But we can't start this work unless we know that we have the resources to do it. We do not. Our county does not have the resources to do this work. But what we've seen, not just in fire season, but through all these storms, is these trees come down. They come down and they have the potential to really threaten human life. So this is a really critical issue, and we've been working on it for a long time, and hopefully it's coming together and we can finally start implementing this. So much gratitude to our senator, and please pass that on, Rhiannon. And I don't know if there's anything else you'd like to add.
Yeah, thank you so much, Supervisor Pyska, and to the rest of the board for your kind words about Senator McGuire. Of course, he wishes he could be here today, but he did want me to thank you all on behalf for this honor and say it's an absolute privilege and honor to be able to work with you all and serve Lake County. Since the fires of 2015 and nearly every year thereafter, Senator McGuire has worked hard to ensure that every time this county has undergone an emergency, the state has responded to help, and that includes the dead and dying tree emergency, which this board has led the way on, in particular, thanks to the hard work and tenacity of you, Supervisor Pyska, to tackle this issue head on and help prevent future large wildfires. So the senator, like I said, is very proud to partner with the county on this, and we look forward to continued efforts in the months and years to come. So thank you again. We really appreciate this acknowledgement.
Great. Thank you so much.
Any other comments? Absolutely appreciate the support. It's about the partnership, especially since wildfires, as we know, do not stop in jurisdictional areas. They carry on, unfortunately, into other counties as well. And to reduce the threat is to really help out our neighbors and ourselves and our residents here in Lake County. So thank you to the senator for his work and his efforts and his advocacy. It's like we're taking a picture. You don't see it, but you're in a picture. Any comments from the public on this item? I see no one standing up and no hands in Zoom. And thank you again very much, Ms. Philippi.